on the previous installment of TLDR.
Stuart, it's your baby!
Fuck off!
But Stuart, it's really your baby!
Fuck off!
But Stuart, please don't go drinking all night and ending up drunkenly passed out in the gutter covered in sick when your best friend has to tell 2 ambulance workers your date of birth.
Fuck off! And we now continue with TLDR in progress.
They're like, what's his birthday? And he said his birthday is the 25th of December, 2009. Which would have been, at the time, it would have made me about 3 years old. And I went to hospital and they gave me like a couple of glucose drips. And my mate said the first one, they put this glucose drip in and it just went, and just my body just sucked it in. It just like drained the whole fucking thing. So they slammed another one in me. So then consequently the following day when I got home, my mum wanted me to be all like ashamed and upset, and she wanted me to feel really ill because to try and teach me a lesson. And I came bawling in like, "Mum, I'm home. Pay the cab." And she was like, "How do you feel?" I was like, "I feel great." I didn't feel hungover at all because I'd sicked all the badness out of me. And then they gave me these fucking glucose drips, so it rehydrated me. So I felt better when I woke up than I'd ever felt in my life. I felt top of the world. And my mum was like, "I don't believe you've gotten away scot-free, you son of a bitch." But,
That's her priority. She
wanted me to suffer for this.
It wasn't
she was
fucking my son is still alive.
No, she was glad. She was glad I was alive, but she wanted me to learn a lesson from it. But I didn't learn a lesson from it because I felt great. I basically dodged the bullet altogether, And then, the main thing I was concerned about was that they'd just thrown my Lost Boys t-shirt away when they found me. I loved that t-shirt. It was
Which
a beautiful
is an 80s
t-shirt.
Classic.
Had a big old picture of Kiefer Sutherland on the front. It was great.
Have you still
And
got
then,
your Lost Boys
to
t-shirt?
celebrate not being dead, I went out and I had a beer. That's
That
my story.
is quite a story.
Told you it was a good story.
It's the
That's my
first
best
time.
story.
It's the first time you've ever told me this story, I think.
I don't deal it out all the time. I think everybody that I know hears it eventually at some point, but I don't immediately volunteer it. It's just it's a good story though. It's a good story. I've got a couple more. Maybe they'll leak out over time. Is
this still going in?
All this
All
nonsense?
of it?
Probably not.
No, I'm asking.
Like
It's your veto.
This bit, me and you chit-chatting now, probably not. The whole story though, hell yeah.
No, I'm just double checking because sometimes I feel like we're getting a little bit personal, and I feel like we're maybe divulging a little bit too much. But as long as you're fine with it,
I'm fine. As long as are you?
No, it's your story.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want to. It's me. I don't know. It was a big chunk of me just talking. I don't know if that's.
No, that's perfectly fine, mate. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes you'll do that.
Yeah, that's great. No, I don't mind. It's, as I say, that's one of my best stories. I love that story so much. It's not. It doesn't.
That's your start of darkness. That's how you became a supervillain.
It's not a bad. It's not like a deeply personal issue or anything because
you've bounced back.
No bad came of it really. And B, those days are gone. That was years ago. I'm not in that place anymore. I'm okay now. I'm a fairly well-adjusted member of society now.
I'm on my way there too.
And the subject I'll go into now, which you'll be able to cut all this shit in the middle out, and then you'll be able to segue this back together because this is going to link back to what we were talking about.
Rob Schneider.
Before that. Sorry. I wish it did. Yeah, this will link back to what we were talking about before. You were saying about you being like the more level-headed one. So the other guy, you're more likely to be the guy coming home, and the other guy being, flat on his back. If you know what I mean.
Right. Yes.
I am now.
Oh, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Gun.
I'm getting to the point now where like I went out a couple of weeks back, and it got to like midnight, and I was like, you know what, guys, I'm going home. And it's not even because I was too drunk or I felt sick or anything like that. I just felt sleepy. I was just tired. I was like, no, do you know what? I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm just not. I mean, I'm having a good time, but I feel like my night's peaked because I am pooped. I tell you. Like, yeah, it was literally like 12:30. And then it gets worse. My mate's girlfriend gave me a lift home because she was like, I'll text you. He's clearly not up to this anymore. I'll text you home. I was like, thank you.
So she took you home, and then you still went for pizza.
What? When?
That night.
No, this is like 2 weeks back.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying is that I'm reaching the point now where I just go home just because I'm tired, not because I'm too drunk or anything. I'm just sleepy. I can't do it anymore. I don't have the energy. I just love being asleep these days. I was like years ago, back in them days when that story happened, I would have been, like fucking what?
I can still
go home. No way.
I might be older than you are quite a bit. Hello.
Yeah.
I can still stay up very long, but I don't feel the need to just absolutely get fucked every night anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like, as I say, those days are gone. I don't ever get like annihilated anymore. I don't think it's rare that it happens now. I used to get like, it used to be if I went out, I got blackout drunk every time. But now I'm like, that's dumb.
Now the worst thing that happens to me is I'll still have maybe quite a bit to drink, but I never have any more hangovers, and I don't know if that's my alcohol tolerance just becoming super fortified, or the fact I just fall asleep with a beer in my hand behind my laptop. Sometimes I do have to double check what I tweeted and put on social media just to make sure I wasn't a complete arse. And sometimes I am like, what the fuck did I type at 5 a.m? What's this? Oh, hang on, it's a Star Wars reference about my beer.
It's a trap!
TRAPPE. Hey, that's pretty clever at 5 a.m.
You crazy continentals with your crazy languages and your stupid surnames.
But a trap beer is a Belgian beer. It's actually quite nice.
I'm assuming that's like the name of the brewer or the brewery at one point.
It is. I've got an empty bottle.
That's a name in that part of the world, right? Trap?
No.
No?
A La Trappe is an abbreviation of Trappist. And a Trappist is a kind of brew that mostly monks used to do, which only a select few breweries in the south of Holland and the north of Belgium adhere to.
Right.
Right, so now that you shared your worst, would you like me to share my worst?
I said best, not worst. I said best because.
Oh well, we have two wildly differing opinions on what that was then.
Hey?
I said we have two wildly differing opinions what that situation was then.
I have a far worse story than that, which I'll tell at a later date. But yeah, absolutely, I want to hear yours.
Let's save that. We'll put a little footnote somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So my worst was when I had a girlfriend. Well, not because of her, mind you. And we were having New Year's Eve, and she loves tequila, yeah, mate. So she bought tequila, an entire bottle of what's the gold stuff called?
Grenadine?
No, I meant like the gold tequila brand.
Tequila Sunrise, Grenadine tequila. Boom.
Right, so it's a brownish tequila, and she bought orange slices and cinnamon because she loves the sweet taste instead of the sour with the lemon and the salt with the salt.
I just can't drink tequila. Me, it's like it hits my stomach. I just go.
I
used
to drink tequila fairly regularly before this night. We did not have any shot glasses, so we had half pints. So we tried.
Oh no! I see where this is going.
Oh, you know, I haven't even gotten there yet. So we were pouring like maybe shots into the half pint glasses. Like they were obviously bigger.
Yeah.
But it's like she was not a big woman. She's a tiny little girl. And our friend, he as well, was a tiny little man. I love him to bits, but he's literally like 5'5", 5'6", something like that. and he
you were
weighed
sitting there
maybe
going,
75.
And you were going, I'm the world's most giant man.
I am the world's most giant man!
I can imagine you actually doing that as well, is the thing.
In England, I am the world's most giant man. So, he...
I've never been to Japan. You're so tall, you'd be like Godzilla. They'd be... Aye! Stephen Frail! You'd be rampaging through downtown Tokyo. Mom! New Zealand!
he was
What, you all taller in Holland so you can be above sea level? Is that what it is?
That's exactly
Fine, but
what
I
it
come
is.
from a nation of midgets. Fuck you.
I'm actually perfectly average height for a Dutchman. And I'm like 6'2".
That's what I'm saying. You know, you're all big giant guys over there because of the dikes. I don't
You
know.
leave the
I don't
lesbians
know.
out of this!
I don't know. Make your own joke. You clearly did.
Right, so he was
Okay,
a
so
tiny
go
little
on
man,
with
and
the
I love
story.
him to bits. Honestly, he's fantastic. But at one point, the bottle starts getting empty, and they interchangeably go like, "Oh, I can't finish this shot," and they pour it into my glass. And the last shot I had was literally a half pint full of tequila.
Yeah, that ain't good.
That ain't good. So we walked down the road, and I'm like, hang on, I'm going to buy champagne. Because there was a corner store, and there was a pub. And I knew the pub didn't do champagne that night. But the corner store was still open. I'm like, 2 bottles of any champagne. Do the one that's £25. Yeah, do that one. So I walked into the pub, and there's like friends and colleagues and acquaintances, and I have these 2 bottles of champagne, and I slam them down on the table, and I break through the fucking table. I'm already fucking wasting at this point, yeah?
Do you know why? Because you're such a big giant
I am the world's most giant man!
You and your tiny human tables.
I got fucking kicked out of my local. The barman knew my first name, they knew my surname, they knew where I worked. They even got somebody who's a part-time bouncer somewhere else who knew me to go like, come on, Floris, mate, you're fantastic, but you're gonna go home now. I'm like, oh, alright, because it's you. Because I fucking love you. So I went home, and I'm with my flatmates, and I still had beer in my fridge. So I come home, and I grab my beer, and I see my flatmates. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. So I sit down in their living room, and I'm like, hello! And I'm so fucking drunk. Apparently, I've been groping people left and right. Man, woman, and anything
Jesus.
in between. And I go to bed, I'm like, good night. And I get a call 1 a.m. Because 1 a.m. is Central European time, which is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich Mean Time.
Greenwich.
Yeah. So I get a call 1 a.m. and it's one of my brothers. I'm like, oh, what the fuck you want? And he's like, Happy New Year. I'm like, oh yeah, Happy New Year. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm lying in bed. I've got an early shift tomorrow. I did have an early shift tomorrow, but I wasn't planning to lie in bed yet. So he's like, what do you... Oh, so you've already partied? I'm like, yeah, I'm just about to go to bed, to be honest. He's like, oh well.
Boy, did I ever.
Have a good day at work tomorrow. I'm like, that shouldn't be a problem. So I literally turned my phone off. And I woke up the next morning, and I'm like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I can't even stand straight. I'm like, shit. Shit.
I hate that, you know, because you get up some mornings where you're still a bit drunk and you think, hey, now you know what? I'm the same as always, only a little bit more confident and a little bit happier.
Sometimes it's not bad being a little bit
There's some
drunk
mornings
in
where
the
you
morning.
wake up and you go, oh no, there's no way I can get away with this.
That was the exact kind of drunken morning I was. So I'm
no,
like,
I'm going to get found out.
and I looked at myself and I'm like, oh no, I still have to shave. I forgot to shave. So I managed to survive shaving, and I walked in, and it was 8 a.m. and I'm like, yay, hello night man, because it was a night shift man. And I
Yeah.
fell on top of him. I literally fell on top of him. Like, "Come on!" He's like, "Yes, Happy New Year." I'm like,
Styled that out, though.
"Happy
You could have
New
styled that
Year!"
out. Yeah, you could have styled that out. Just fall on top of him, give him a big old cuddle. Happy New Year.
That's the way it went. And I walked to the office and like, let's see where my keys are, because I've got a set of keys for that job, yeah? And my manager looks at me, and the head receptionist looks at me, and my manager went,